today we're going to walk through 109 East Woodlawn in Monte Vista. And this house is one I've done an open house at before, but it's got some amazing features, and I wanted to talk you through some things that I thought might be able to improve this property. So currently we're in the foyer, and if you can look at the floors, you'll see that it's got this beautiful inlaid wood flooring that goes over to a curved staircase that leads all the way upstairs. This room is obviously very similar to the way that it was when this house was initially built. You can see the inset storage spaces over here and seating and everything else. So let's go through to the formal living area. This would have been where guests were received in this house's previous life. You can see again we have inlaid flooring, a little bit different pattern in here, but this room also has a fireplace. And this would have been a place where people sat around and had conversations with their guests rather than leading them back into the business part of the house. So we're going to walk through this doorway into my favorite area in this whole house, which is this amazing dining room. So when you look at this dining room, you immediately notice all the wood and all the wood accents and details. But what you may not realize is that this wallpaper that's on the walls is actually hand painted. You can feel the brush strokes in every little person and tree. And that kind of artistry is just not found anymore. You can also notice that the wooden curved lines transfer over here to the entrance into the sun porch. So this room, in all of its grandiose detailing, leads over into what probably was initially a butler's pantry. Currently, this room doesn't have a purpose. We have a door that leads to the outside over here, but this door leads to a porch that has no stairs. Also has no doorknob, but that can always be fixed. So if you continue walking through what used to be the butler's pantry, you get to the kitchen. This house was built in 1907, but based on the finishes that we're seeing here in the cabinetry, I'm going to guess that it was probably renovated in the late 50s, early 60s. That's totally a guess. I don't have any sort of history about that. But what you do notice is that there's very little in the way of cabinetry in here. Over here we also have a space that is currently a pantry. So, my thought is that in order to make this kitchen match the grandeur of the rest of the front of the house, what I would recommend doing would be to take out this wall to combine this pantry space into the functional portion of the kitchen, and take out this section over here, which would also combine the butler's pantry into the functional portion of the kitchen, and create a natural space for a breakfast. So if we were to do that, we would have to do some changes to the structure of the house, and I spoke with a good friend of mine who's a contractor, Mr. Trevor Howell, and he said that it would be possible to run beams across in here to support the second story. Because of the height of the ceiling, you wouldn't notice any sort of loss of functionality or anything. And the beams could actually be stained and created to kind of echo what's going on in the dining room. So it could be a way to continue through into this space some sense of the historic culture or historic charm of the house. So one of the things that you would lose if you were doing that would be the wood floor in here, because when you remove these walls, you would end up with open spot on the flooring. But taking out the flooring would enable you to move these vents that are on the floor up through the walls higher. So that would make it so that this is more functional. There's a full crawl space under this entire house. I don't even want to call it a crawl space. You could stand up fully under this entire house from front to back. This house is 4,850 square feet. So the bottom portion of it is over 2,000 square feet of space in the basement, which could potentially be turned into rooms. So there is a ton of possibility in this house. And it could be realized by you, because this house is currently listed at $850,000. I will have this house held open tomorrow, Saturday, April 12th, from 1 to 3 p.m. And again, the address is 109 East Woodlawn. It is catty corner from La Fonda across Maine. So come and see me, and